Hey, so have you ever felt yourself feeling alone in a club or group? School, maybe you were in school at some point and you just didn't feel like you belonged, but you really wanted to belong to that group, or you wanted to be part of the cool group, but you didn't know how to do it. If you've ever felt like that, it's totally normal. Everybody goes through that. And even the people that are considered like the most popular people feel not belonging a lot of the time either. They are usually people pleasers or very dominant personalities, and that can come off as confident, and a lot of people are attracted to confidence. But that's for another topic. We're going to discuss how to understand how to feel like you belong in a group, in a club, in a society, in a nonprofit, through some of my experiences and just stuff that I know of people from life. Well, through my experience, what happens after being somebody that co-runs a club? I was part of a local club and I helped run it. And in that experience, it was a wonderful experience. I started off as a teenager involved in this club, and we went to science museums, we went all over to events and stuff, and educated on turtles and tortoises. And so I've been doing this for a very long time, because I'm 38 years old now, and I started when I was about 17 working with nonprofit turtle groups, and then really got going at 18. And that's when I started educating at nonprofit society meetings and like museums and stuff, which was a lot of fun. And as I got a little bit older, my late teens, early 20s, I started getting more involved in talking to directors of museums and zoos and aquariums, and just trying to, I guess, set up more events for us to educate at and stuff. But as time went on, I noticed this trend of me kind of taking on all the work, and the founder kind of taking more of a seat back, and would always want me to copy her onto all the emails, and then I'd be talking to directors and working the whole shebang, and get us to the very end where they want to meet and discuss this, and then her coming in and sweeping in and taking the credit for what I had just set up. And I guess we didn't discuss our actual roles, and I think that was the problem in that situation. But everything's a lesson, right? Everything that you're a part of in your life, and I just kind of want to spread some of that wisdom from experiences that I've been a part of. And from going from 20 years ago, when I started like talking to directors and stuff of major museums in Dallas and around Dallas and Fort Worth, and setting up meetings with them and discussing projects and doing education stuff, and feeling very proud of myself and very accomplished. And I definitely felt like I was second in command, the right hand woman, the person that was involved in doing a lot of the work, but I did not feel appreciated for my work. So I said my goodbyes to that club, because I did not feel appreciated for the work that I was doing. There was not thank yous, there was none of that, and that's fine. And moved on, and then went into other stuff. Started working for I was already working for zoos and aquariums and stuff, but at that point I was kind of more doing my own thing. I'd broken off and started doing my own work. But with my situation, I was raising a kid alone, so it was really difficult to do this stuff. And we'll speed on to now more present day stuff, where I've been involved with so many museums and so many clubs and so many organizations for so long that I know how it all runs, how you should feel, and how you should be feeling appreciated in the work that you do with these organizations. And when you're somebody that's giving your free time to come in and give of your time and your effort and all that, and how you need to be treated with appreciation, respect, and all that, because you're taking your time to help for free, to help out another group. And for the most part, most volunteers that I've ever met, I would say 99.9% of them are really genuinely great people. And that's why I always loved volunteering and always working in the volunteer world, because, they're just lovely people. Absolutely people that want to help out, that don't do it for the clout, don't do it for the attention. They just do it because they genuinely love to help out, and they're also learning. You get to do things as a volunteer that you don't get to do as an employee, or whatever. Like, you have more freedom, believe it or not. As a volunteer, you have a lot more freedom, and it's wonderful. And so again, speeding on forward, over the past couple years, or I guess 3-4ish years, my son's been old enough now where I can go and break out, and started traveling and starting to face with people in other states, from other countries, from everywhere, and kind of getting more involved in organizations and stuff that are outside of my little bubble of Dallas, Fort Worth. And I guess when I went about doing it, I thought that, the bubble that I was already in within the volunteer community was kind of like these other clubs and organizations that they truly cared about you as an individual. And boy, did I learned the hard way that it's not the case. Not every group and not every organization, not every nonprofit is good for you, is good for what you want. And for me, I am a very personal person. Like, I love to connect with the people that share things, hobbies that I do. And it's so wonderful when you get to share that, awesome, you like this, oh my gosh, I like this too, holy cow, we're best friends, right? That's my personality. So I struggle a little bit more than some other personality types with this whole trend and this whole aspect, because I like to be completely involved, and I'm a super helper, and I want to do whatever I can to make this better or that better. But what you can struggle with is that some of these organizations have gone as far as they're going to go with their growth. They are at this point, they're conveniently happy in what they've created, and you can love and appreciate it, and you can't push it any further. Now, when it comes to knowing if that community or that club or that group is right for you, for one, are you happy? Do you feel appreciated? Do you feel seen? Do you have to seek attention, or is it just asked, hey, how are you doing? Does it feel genuine? When you ask questions, do you get replies? Life is too short to not be happy. And again, what had happened to me, if you'd watched some of my previous videos, or at least one of my previous videos, where I vlogged about, things that have happened to me over the past year with TTPG, with that whole ordeal that seems like it just keeps dragging on and on and on, unfortunately. But it was such a huge thing that had happened to me personally, and it has really been a huge growth for me because of it. And whereas I was always, before I was involved in that whole ordeal with TTPG, I was always a people pleaser. I always stayed in the neutral zone. I just didn't want to deal with the drama. I always just kind of like to be the backseat person, observing, not being a part of anything. And I had very strong opinions. I've always had very strong opinions. I just kept them to myself. And it was a very peaceful existence. Though I would sit there and be frustrated with stuff and complaining to friends about this and that, and how I wasn't okay with this and that. And, but then I never said anything about it. Therefore, nothing happens because you don't say anything about it. And that is the problem. At least for me. And ever since this whole thing has happened, it kind of broke my, I guess, wanting to be a people pleaser. Because being a people pleaser for me meant that I'm always pleasing others and not myself. And seeing the injustices in the world, seeing the wrong things, seeing things happen that were just not okay, and just letting it happen and just being like, that's messed up. Oh, I just not hang out with that person. But then, you know, nobody else knows and nobody else is aware of what's going on. And the best you can do is just make people aware of the bad things and let them make a decision for themselves, you know. And once you do that, once you start to speak your mind and say those things, then you start to see where your group and your friend and your club and those sort of people lie within the world for you. Because again, like, you can have 99 friends and really only like 4 really good friends in the whole wide world that truly understand you and appreciate you the way that you should be appreciated and loved and cared for. It's just, not everybody is made for everybody. Not everybody has the same intentions as you or wants as you. And you have to be careful where you position yourself. If you're somebody that's younger watching this video and you're coming up into an organization or a club and you're really super excited, you know, and you don't feel appreciated, or you don't feel like you're getting what you need out of that organization, absolutely tell somebody about it. Tell one of the president, tell the founder, tell the people that are in charge that's what's going on. And if they do nothing at all, like what happened to me in TTPG, then just break from that. You don't have to be involved in that organization. You don't have to be a part of that. And when you see injustices, I always think that people should speak their injustices. Let people be aware of them. I mean, you don't have to shove them down people's throats, you know, but make others aware of your discomfort and your issues. You know, you have to show your self-respect. And by doing so, you have to speak your truth. And, you know, we're in a world right now, in the world today, where people are kind of taking advantage of speaking their mind a little too much, or on issues that are probably not necessarily as bad as they think they are, but it's their right to. You know, you don't have to listen to it. We don't have to listen to it. You don't have to listen to me. You know, I'm just another voice on a soapbox. But how to find your place is knowing the respect in yourself, because you have to respect your peace of mind, your happiness, your place of existence. If you do not feel a part of a community, you do not feel seen or appreciated, leave it. Life is too short. And if you still want to be involved in something like that, create it for yourself. Create a new system, a new club, a new organization, something that you think that you could make a better place for yourself and for other people that are like-minded in your mindset. It's tough out there, man. I'll tell you what, it's you know, it hurts to be that far deep. I mean, this is why I'm saying this, because it was so hard for me to go all in with my whole heart to a group of people and then kind of get that walled up response when something bad happened, you know, where I felt like I needed the community. I needed those people to come and have my back, and nobody did. And this is kind of like the world that we're in right now as well, is that, you know, you get up and you say something. It's the fear of getting up and saying your injustice, saying your thing, and then having that fear that nobody will believe you, or everybody's going to hate you for saying it. And then lo and behold, your worst nightmare comes true, and nobody wants to believe you, and nobody has your back, and it feels miserable. But in the end, I really did have a few people that did have my back and did, you know, all of that. But it's just, it when you have so much more going at you and so much more hate going at you because they think that you're a certain type of person, or they have it in their mind because people will chatter to each other and say, oh, she's like this, or she really just wants attention, or she just wants this, or she's a narcissist. And it's very painful. It's very painful to hear it. I mean, I hear everything that's said about me pretty much, and I just assume it's, you know, it's hateful talk. But it's also quite liberating because, again, as a people pleaser, as a lifetime people pleaser, it's been really nice to just not, to learn how to not care what other people think. But if you're looking to try and be a part of an organization or anything like that, if you see anything shifty, anything weird, you see that the organization's higher ups are not handling situations well, that you're kind of stuck in this place that you feel like you can't get out of, or you're a business tied to an organization or a overall bigger business or corporation or whatever, and you find that you are not in a safe place, you are not feeling safe within that it's all teeter-tottering on you sucking up to this person and this person. Again, I get that there's business that needs to be done, but at the same time, why? Like, it's like working a job that you hate. Why stay in an environment you don't like? What was the point of going and jumping into animals or into a world that's not necessarily normal? Yeah, you have friends there, you found a family, you found all this and that, but then at the same time, you feel so uncomfortable and you feel like everything that you say and do has to be appropriate around certain individuals to be okay. And again, like, if there's not a healthy work environment, then it doesn't make sense to continue to be in it, unless it's family that you love and you care about, and it's just a tiff that you're having, or it's a tiff with a coworker that you guys have just known each other for so long that you just, you know, occasionally once a year or twice a year you have a fight. That's one thing. But like, when you're literally at the mercy of other people that are absolute trash, that you're having to deal with on a constant basis, you know, either speak up, sit there and deal with it, and know that it's not going to be a good place for you, or I don't know, say something and try to get it to change. But if you want to be a part of a healthy community and a healthy tribe, know your worth. And you are worth a lot. You are worth so much. You are a blessing on this earth, and you should be with people that actually appreciate you. Don't sit there and take the garbage. Don't take the trash. Let somebody else take that out. Somebody that wants to, that willingly is happy to take that out. Don't do it. And life is just too short to not be happy. And, you know, as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that I just want to be happy. And I want you to be happy. I want everybody to be happy. It's like impossible to do. Again, that's the people pleaser in me. But I don't know. I hope this video was helpful in some way. I know I kind of just rant in these vlogs, but I just feel like it's important to talk about. This is stuff that's really, really important. My profile, or my avatar picture, my thumbnail for this video is me ripping that TTPG sticker in half, and that was a liberation for me. That, even doing that, the act of tearing that, really helped me feel better, because it was heartbreaking what I went through with that organization, those people that I cared about, and to a degree still care about, even if they don't care about me, even if they're talking trash about me. I don't wish any ill will on them, maybe the organization itself a little bit, but that's my bitterness that I'm gonna have to work on. But yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm ranting. I hope you guys have a lovely day or a night, and I guess I'll see you on the next video, vlog, whatever I decide to put out next. Love you guys. Mwah.